What's going on, everybody? It is
Hey, hey.
Tuesday, and we are blessed to have my good friend Christina on the call, who's going to share with us some knowledge on balancing your life, balancing it all.
I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's balanced, but making it work.
Or
Making it
how
work.
she gets it done. And
Whew.
first, I wanted to talk a little bit, make some announcements. If you're not on the wait list for Summit, get on it. I know a ton of people just got off today,
Mhm.
and make your travel arrangements because we have our track selection on Monday, and where you get to pick what times you go to your workouts, what time you go to your workshops. So that's going to be pretty important. I know I'm picking Blue Track C and Friday workout with Joel and Jericho.
Mm.
You can pick whatever you like, but that's what I'll be on. And I know quite a number of people from our larger team are doing the same. That's pretty much all I have for announcements. And I made a post about Summit probably about 20 minutes ago. It got me excited this morning when I booked the house. So I wanted to make sure I touched on it with you guys. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Christina. She is a two-star diamond coach, a mom of two, her oldest Mikey and her daughter Bella. She is a full-time teacher, part-time beach body coach. Hopefully that changes in the next few months.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I will claim that. I will claim that. Yes.
And we met in our T25 challenge group when we both first started, going on 3 years now. And we became buddies ever since, and she's my success partner. She helps keep me in check. I help keep her in check.
Mhm.
And she's going to, drop some knowledge with us now. So thank you for joining us, Christina.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. And it's more Rolly that keeps me in check because I get so frazzled and so crazy and I get so in my head that I need my yellow, my fun guy to kind of shake me and reset me and get me started. So thank you so much. I'm super honored to be on this call with you all. So hopefully I can give you something, little nuggets that might help you with your business. But I'm looking at super successful faces here. So I don't know how I can help you all. So hopefully, I can give you something. So Rolly, I can share my screen here, right? Okay.
Yes.
So just press my share screen on my end. Yeah. Okay. All right. Desktop. All right. So I created let me see if I can get to it. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Let me make this bigger. All right, so I created a slideshow for you all. I'm such a teacher. Just to kind of get my thoughts together and keep me organized. And when I first started, I just, let me start with my story. When I started with T25. I just wanted to lose the weight that I had been carrying after I had my daughter. And I was just I tried everything under the sun. I tried fasting, I tried pills, I tried other shakes, I tried soy-based shakes, which actually messed up my hormones completely. So if you ever have a skeptic about soy products or they're all about the soy products, come talk to me. I had to go on to hormone therapy. It was pretty crazy because I was only 35. So I shouldn't have to be on hormone therapy at that age. But the soy did affect me. So I tried everything under the sun. And one day I saw T25, 25 minutes. I was like, I can so do 25 minutes. My kids were both in activities after school. Going to the gym was cumbersome. They hated going into the children's, daycare center. They were done. So I asked my husband to buy it for me for Christmas. He thought I was nuts. He said, are you crazy? What are people going to think? I said, I don't care what people think. What I care is I need to lose some weight. So after much back and forth, he finally got me T25. I got started without Shakeology. I was a skeptic because I didn't want any more shakes. I said, I tried this shake, I tried that shake, I don't want shake. 3 weeks into the program, I was the only one not losing weight. I was actually gaining weight. And I said, okay, let me try this Shakeology thing. And it changed my life. And so I love talking to skeptics because I was a miserable customer to my coach. But I finally saw the light and I tried it. And I loved it, and I still drink it to this day. My entire family drinks it. And so here I am today. I loved it so much I became a discount coach. 2 weeks later, I said, I need to do this as a business. And here I am. Voila. So that's my story. All right, so let's get into balancing it all. Once I started, obviously, I didn't have to put too much effort into it, I guess you can say, because I was a baby coach. I just did what Christina told me to do. And my time was just 15-minute increments here and there, and it wasn't a big deal. Once my team started growing and I really started getting customers and coaches, then I really needed to figure myself out. So let me go ahead and move to the next slide here. Okay, so the first thing you need to decide that you need to do is you need to decide what your goal is. What is your goal in this whole Beachbody thing? Is it just for a discount? Are you in it to grow a team? Are you in it like me where you want to retire from your job? I want to come home to my babies. Although at 14 and 9, they're not really babies anymore, but I want to be that mom that if they need anything from me from school, I can rush out and I can do that for them. It's not my mom's in the classroom. I can't really do anything. I can't call her. She can't help me. So you need to decide what your goal is. Then you need to attach a strong why. My why is so strong, it makes me cry. Last year in the Keys, I was able to rediscover my why because my first why, I achieved it. And so I needed to find something that really forced me to put my skin in the game. And so every day I'm reminded that I'm doing this for my kids and to come home to them. So it's a really strong why for me. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't cry this time. Okay, create an action plan. So you want to act on your why. You want to act on your goal. And so we're going to kind of touch on that just a bit. So you want to create an action plan. You have your goal, you have your why, and now we want to plan. All right. So my thing, I'm a natural planner. I plan everything. I have a master calendar that hangs on my fridge, and it has every single thing that's going on in our lives. In the Rodriguez household, you know what's going on because it's on that calendar. I tell my husband, if it's not on that calendar, it doesn't exist. So we know to put everything up on that calendar. So once everything is on that calendar for the month, work commitments, personal time, family time, my date nights with my husband, any vacations that we have coming up, anything that's baseball related with my son, his practices, his games, all of that is entered first. So I block all those times out first because my family is my priority. I'm doing this for my family, but they're going to be my priority. Beachbody is second, always, never fails. Always second. I fill in the gaps with Beachbody. If I can do something with Beachbody on that day, which I always do, I fit it into my day there. I set my goal for the month. Rolly's always throwing at me, come on, make your list. So I have my goal for the month. I always know that I want my goal is Success Club 10 for the month. And how many coaches I want to recruit for the month, how many challenge packs I want to sell. All of that is in my goals. So when I have my monthly goals, I break it down into what I need to do that week in order to achieve my monthly goal. Then I set my goals for the day. How many people do I need to invite? How many people do I need to talk to? How many new conversations do I need to start? How many challengers do I need to talk to? New challengers that I know can make amazing coaches. All of that is done on Sunday. I plan everything on my Sunday. Or obviously, let's say this April, our month ends, actually it's perfect. It ends on Saturday. So Saturday I'll be planning for, on the 30th, I'll be planning for May. So I'll be planning everything for the month in May. And then the 1st of May, I'll be planning everything for that week, just so that I have everything laid out for me and I know what I need to do. Now, I need to interrupt myself. And life happens. things happen. You need to be open and flexible. Things are going to happen in life, and you're just going to have to say, I'm going to have to move that over to tomorrow. And that's okay. That's the way it is. Every day you want to revisit your goals and your activities daily to make sure you're on track. Super important. You just got to be goal-oriented and disciplined and make it happen. So I'm a natural planner. If you're not a natural planner, I know this is a little difficult, but it takes some practice. And once you start getting into this habit, you kind of can't live without having some kind of outline for your day, your week, your month. All right, so time. Use it wisely, right? Work smarter, not harder. So I wake up earlier. I started waking up earlier when I started T25, so I started getting used to that early morning time. I read a book called Start by John Acuff, which truly changed everything for me. And I read it right when I first started coaching. And he said, be selfish when everybody else is sleeping. I was like, man, that's easy. So I'm selfish with my time when everybody else is sleeping. Yeah, 4:30 in the morning is a little early for a lot of people, but I have to be at work at 7:30. So 4:30 is my magic time. Now today I snoozed twice. So I was a little late getting my workout in, but I was still up early enough to get my workout in and do the things that I needed to do in the morning. I go to sleep later. It's a sacrifice, but I go to sleep later so that I can send emails, send invites, work on collages, do things that really don't require me to talk to anybody. Around 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm not messaging anybody because I just want to honor their family time and their quiet time before they go to sleep. So I do other things that are kind of administrative when it's late at night, just so that I'm not bothering anybody, but I have my things done. Train your team. Christina said something that really just kind of hit me, and I was like, man, of course, that makes so much sense. Train your team. If you cannot do, she asked us, if you cannot do, Rolly, I don't know if you remember this, but she says, if you can't do what you're doing right now with a team of 100 coaches, you need to come up with a system to better manage that, because then you'll get stuck in manager mode and you'll have coaches coming to you for all those questions. Challengers, of course, you want to support, but your coaches, you want to teach them to be leaders and you want to empower them to be leaders. And you want to give them that gentle nudge. We joke that we FAQ our coaches, but you need to go to FAQ. I'm from the beginning, I always searched for answers. And if I couldn't find it in FAQ, if I couldn't find it in Diesel Nation, then I went to Christina and asked. There are days where I go to Rolly, hey, listen, I'm sorry to bother you, but I can't find this anywhere. I ask him because I know Christina's super busy as well. So you want to train your team to become leaders and you want to empower them. That way, all you're doing is touching base with them and empowering them as leaders to grow as leaders. And then you're just kind of cloning yourself and you're empowering them and making leaders. And they're going to create leaders themselves. You don't want it to be where they're overworked or they feel like they have to do so much. So that's also going to save you some time from answering all those questions. Plan your posts and schedule them. I love Hootsuite. There's another coach, Veronica, I think she really loves Sendable. A Postcron, I actually subscribed to it. Is that the right word? I paid for my membership for Postcron because I think it's just a fantastic tool. I think I have up to 15 accounts that I can use, and I posted all my coach trainings in there. I have 2 coach trainings going on right now. I have a Coach Basics and an Emerald to Diamond push group. And so all I did was copy paste all my content, scheduled it, set a time for it to post up. And I have my coaches that are in those groups participating because it pops up at 6 a.m. in the morning and they know that that's their assignment for the day. I do the same thing with new groups, with new challenge groups. It's as simple as copy pasting from the challenge group guides that Beachbody provides you. Copy, paste. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just copy and paste and set yourself up so that you already have that, done for you. You don't have to worry about that. All you need to do is when you have the time, look at that cutie. When you have the time during the day, you go in and you check on your challengers. You respond to any questions that they may have put up there, any comments or responses to your posts that day. So it kind of, it alleviates that. And I do that on a Saturday or Sunday. I take a couple of hours and I get that done so I don't have to worry about it. For let's say a 21-day fix, I'll do it for the 3 weeks and we're good to go. All right, next. Accountability. This is how I stay on track. Also, I know that somebody's going to check on me. My Rolly checks on me. Sup, homie? I always get those messages. I'm like, oh, I got to tell him something. And I'm honest with him. I tell him, nope, I'm having a really bad day. I had a really bad day last week. And he was like, okay, bro, I'm going to give you an out on this, but tomorrow is a new day. And the next day was a new day, and he was on me. So definitely find yourself a success partner. You don't want a softie, but you don't want somebody that's going to intimidate you either. You want somebody that's going to give you the right amount of tough love that you need, those gut checks every now and then, because they want that success for you. So we check in daily. I check on him when he's a little quiet on Facebook. I'm like, hey, are you okay? He does the same with me. I have other success partners as well, and we check up on each other. I think I want to say I have like 3 success partners. So, but it's great because you get different energy from each person. So it's a really nice way to keep yourself on track. There's tracking sheets in COO and Coach Online Office. There's the BAT, the Business Activity Tracker. And there's also the Power of 3. A lot of coaches love the Power of 3. I don't know, Rolly, if you have it in your team page or if it's something that you promote. Okay. So the Power of 3 is great. I have found myself trolling Facebook with the Power of 3, so I have to get a little bit more disciplined in that. But it's a great tool. When I was really focused on it, it really was working. So I may need to go back to that sucker because it was a good one. I have my own crazy system, and I just don't want to confuse anybody. So we're going to stick you guys to the BAT, to the BAT, and the Power of 3. I want to say that there's other tools out there to use. I know now there's a lot of live power hours, and there's forms that are attached to that. So that's also a great tool to use when you're working on your power hours. I know, I don't know if there's anybody in the Diesel Nation page that's hosting any. I know Paulina has in Christina's personally sponsored page, but I don't know if that's something you've made available, but that's another great way to track what you're doing during your power hour to make sure that you're hitting everything that you need to do. So that's another tool. I didn't put that on my form. And then finally, this is the day of my life. A day in the life of me. I wake up around 4:30-ish. I wake up, get dressed, I drink my Energize, and I come straight to COO. I check my sponsorship drill down. I check to see what breaking news there is. I check my volume. I check to see what's going on with my organization. Who is it that's critical that I need to speak to that day? I'll respond to any messages that I got the night before, and emails that may have come in, any leads that I got. I'll send a quick email that I've actually prepared a template. I copy paste and I send it off. When the Energize kicks in, I go in and get my workout. What's nice is that I'm doing 22-minute hardcore, so I'm done in 22 minutes. Yes. It's an amazing workout, by the way. Try it if you haven't. Once I'm finished with my workout, I post my sweaty selfie, or I actually create a video for my team. Not my team, my challengers, just to motivate them for that day. Today at 8 minutes, it was 8 minutes and 38 seconds, I wanted to quit. And I told them, I said at 8:38, I wanted to quit, but I said, nope, I can't. I'd be so upset if I quit at 8 minutes. It's just crazy. So I related that to them because I have a lot of new people starting. And if you've ever done the 21-day fix and you've done surrenders, they were hurting today. And I know the last thing that they wanted to do was work out. So I made sure to let them know that I knew what it felt like to want to give up, to be done, to say, I'm too sore. So I do those videos to help motivate them. I'm sweaty, I'm dripping, I'm disgusting, but they know I worked out, right? I led by example, and I was able to relate to them. So when I get to work at 7:30 is my start, and then I'm there until 3-4 o'clock, depending on what activities the kids have in the afternoon. And I concentrate on my students. I concentrate on my work at work. Now, there are times when I can sneak a message in when I don't have my students in my classroom or I'm at lunch. There are times when I can sneak some work done in there, but I don't get involved. If it's a really hefty question, I leave it be, and I don't even open it because I want to remember that I need to respond to that person. So I'll take a peek. Can I answer it really quickly? No. I'll leave it for when I'm really available to put some time into it. 5 to 8:30-ish, it's dinner, it's homework time, it's family time, it's all that fun stuff. Once the kids are in bed at 8:30, then I come and I have a seat at my computer at my desk, and I get to work. Anything that I couldn't get done earlier in the day, I do from 8:30 to 9:30. That 9:30 is pretty much my cutoff to messaging people or inviting. But I start my conversations. I follow up with people who are interested in buying a challenge pack. I do all those things where I can have conversations with people. Once I cut off those conversations, then I start doing my administrative tasks. So sometimes I'm up later. My Wednesdays are my really late nights because it's Wednesday. Thursdays, I'm a little light on myself because it's like I can breathe. It's a new week. But then I just, put the gas on Fridays and the weekend, which is where I can really, work my business. So that's all I got for you. Hopefully I was able to give you some nuggets. If there's any questions, I would love to take questions. I don't know. Yeah. You tell me.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
So you were talking about like not messaging it late at night. And I guess I just need to learn to use my power hour more for that, I guess, because I work 8 to 5 or whatever. And
Right.
I never know when is a good time to get into these conversations about, or, when's the best time to invite, because you're right. I don't want to cut into their family time and their
right.
whatnot. So if you're doing it at, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, you're basically just sending messages out. You're not getting a response.
No, I'm not.
So like after 8:30.
I do. It depends. And, sometimes, like, for example, if the kids are entertained, they're watching their show, or I can get started earlier in my power. I can do 7 o'clock and I can really pound the pavement with just conversations. And then there's some nights where at 9:30, when I'm like, okay, let me stop. I get messages from moms saying, okay, I had one lady a couple weeks ago, she's like, okay, I'm ready to start. It was like 9:45. I was like, oh, okay, let's have this conversation. So if they're coming to me, then I'll stop and I'll have a conversation with them. I'll go ahead and get them started. I'll send them the email with the link. I'll do that. But I also don't want to be that guy, sending invites at 9:30, 10 o'clock. And a lot of people sleep with their phones in the rooms. I don't. I leave it in the kitchen. So I don't know if they have their their alerts on or anything like that. So I don't want to do that, but that's for me, just what I'm comfortable doing. Now there may be other people that are, they're all about that. And it also depends on where in the United States they are. At 9:30, I can message somebody in California without a problem, so you have to take that into account as well. But anybody that's local on the East Coast, 9:30, 9:45 is usually my cutoff, unless they send a message to me, then I'm, gung ho. So yeah.
Christina, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How much time on the weekend do you spend? Kind of keep the same schedule?
No. On Saturdays and Sundays, I'm really laid back. Sundays are my meal prep days. I'll follow up with my new challengers to make sure they're ready for the next day. That's the day where I'll create my invite ad for my next challenge group that's coming in. Saturdays, I wake up later, so just like 8:30, 9 o'clock, not much. It's still early, but I'll wake up early, or later, work out. And it's kind of one of those where Saturdays and Sunday, I'm a little bit less structured. So when my family is busy, I'll sneak away and I'll get some work done, or I'll tell my husband, listen, I have to make some videos, give me a couple of hours, and I'll get into that on Saturday and Sunday. But Sunday's my meal prep day, grocery day, errand day. And Saturday nights is when I really do some work as well. So during the day, it's here and there. Around 3 o'clock is where I find that on Saturdays, people are kind of available. I don't know why. But Saturday, that time is my good time, I guess you can say.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Stacy, do you have a question?
I did. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. When you were talking about scheduling, okay, this might be a stupid question, but what exactly are you scheduling?
My
making contacts with people, or I'm just trying to figure out what that would
posts, maybe?
My posts?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. When you're scheduling for like your week, is that what you're talking about? Your posts?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, my posts are more geared for for my challenge groups. My personal page, I kind of post what I feel. I haven't really organized my personal page. It's just I'll post whatever, motivational quote for that morning. Oh, we gotta hurry up. A motivational quote, just, or I worked out, or a Shakeology, or a meal, or just me, what's going on in my life. I schedule my posts more for my challenge group so that it's done. So let's say day one of the 21-day fix, if you were to look at the challenge group guide, it's specified what it is that you want to write in that on that day. So I schedule all of those things for my groups. So if you were to use Postcron, I think Postcron is a lot more user-friendly than Hootsuite. So if you play around with Postcron, you can get, I think, three free accounts, I guess, Facebook, Instagram, and you can kind of play with it and see how you like it. But that has saved me tons of time. I can't imagine posting for my Coach Basics, for my Emerald to Diamond, my 21-day fix, my personally sponsored page.
Yeah.
And then I also have the My Tracker app. So I have all these things going on. I take the time and I schedule everything so that I don't have to worry about that. So that's what I mean by scheduling the posts.
I think I was talking to Rolly about this today, that I've come to that conclusion that has to get done. Like I have to make time for that because I spend too much time worrying about if I'm posting enough and, getting it in there. And especially on my personal page though, I'm not very good at putting the words together right there and just saying it. I know I need to practice that. That would help, but I just sit there and I spend too much time about thinking about what I'm going to post on my personal page. And then I'm cutting into whatever I'm doing at the time. And I don't want to do that. So it's the personal page that I get.
That's getting you.
Yeah.
So I actually watched a video by Tara Carr. I love Tara Carr. She is a 15-star diamond. I don't know if I know she's a top coach. I don't know that she's top 10. But she does an exercise with her coaches where they write everything about themselves. Brothers, do they have brothers and sisters or siblings or kids, what they do for a living, what they like, what they don't like, what foods they love, what foods they do, all of the things that you can think about yourself, and you put it on Post-its and just in front of you. And so you just grab a Post-it and you write a story. And it's just a 3 to 5 sentence story and you have something already set. So she has her coaches do that. So they already have a post that they can share and it comes from you and it's the real you. So I actually want to start doing that because I sit there sometimes, I'm like, I have nothing to share,
Yes.
So I get into those funks also. I'm like, I don't know what to say. Like today I was aggravated with Bella and I posted, why do kids know when I'm the busiest? So, and I want it to be more meaningful. I want people to see, to get to know me. I want them to see the authentic me. So I thought that was a really great exercise that she did.
So that was who? Tara
Carr. Tara Carr. She's awesome.
Okay.
So yeah, check her out on YouTube. She has some really great trainings on there as well.
Anybody else have any questions?
I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, happy birthday.
Hi, thank you.
So, because you're busy during the day, I'm busy during the day. We're working people, you post. How do you follow up with your challenge groups? How do you follow up with all the groups that you're in during the day? Do you feel like you're able to keep up with it or support the people? Because I find that's where I struggle. Because I'll put a post out there or I'll schedule my post or whatever it is, whether it's through Hootsuite for like page or for challenge group. I have trouble following through with anyone who comments or posts during the day.
Okay. So when I said that I sneak in a peek or two, I'll do that because I'll get an alert that shows me, so-and-so commented. And those are the ones that I want to look for. Those new challengers, especially, I want them to feel supported. If they're texting me during the day, I'll let them know. I'll text you in 10 minutes or I'll message you. I'll just let them know that I did see it. I just can't answer you right now, but I will. My challenge groups after school, once I have no students in my classroom, then I can respond to those messages. Or I just wait till I get home. When the kids are doing homework or I have something sauteing, I can really quick look in my challenge group, see if somebody commented on my post, or, you know, I post a challenge of the day, like tomorrow's Water Wednesday, you need to do 10 squats before you go to the bathroom type of deal, because we know they're going to be in the bathroom all day. So, you know, if somebody comments about that, then I'll go ahead and follow up. It's as simple as just putting a like, you know, or clicking like, and then later on just kind of, you know, following up with them. But if it's a new challenger, if it's somebody that I know needs that support, then, you know, if I see that they're messaging me, if I have a quick break, then I'll go ahead and comment. But I don't want to spend so much time away, you know, from my real job, because I have to concentrate on 15 students in my classroom. So I try to really support them as best as I can. And they know I'm in the classroom too. So they know I have a lot of teachers on my team. So in my challenge groups. So what a surprise. So I can support them that way.
How about with the challenge tracker app? Are you able to schedule those posts? Are you doing it inside the challenge, you know, page, or are you doing it through Hootsuite?
No, that you can actually do in the my challenge tracker. My gosh, it's like so
Portal.
Yeah.
You
do it
the
through the portal.
Yeah.
And you can schedule those. I did that for I did a clean eating group. So I did 7 days worth of posts. And again, in the evening, I went and I checked to see who commented. I responded to those comments, and it worked actually great. So it was nice to have that done. Yeah.
I have another question.
Talk to me.
On that topic with the scheduling, I lost it. Oh, so I got a message on my phone. Okay. With the scheduling, do you reuse those schedules, like
The posts?
or do you have to reschedule every time you create a new group?
For the challenge tracker app?
No, anything.
Every time you make a new group, you have to reschedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to redo all that. Yeah.
That would be awesome if they could fix that.
Like, are they saved anywhere?
Well, what you can do is you can put them in an Excel sheet, spreadsheet, and then upload them all at once.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, Postcron, you can do that. You can upload it all and be done with it.
Yeah, so just like organize your posts into an Excel spreadsheet, and you can upload it into Hootsuite, Postcron, the portal, the My Challenge Tracker portal does that as well.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I don't know, but I know that you can go into the challenge tracker guide and there's the guides there, and you can copy paste from there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like we could have a whole team call on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
How to schedule them. And it's pretty easy. Once you start playing around with it, it's wonderful. You're like, oh my gosh, this is going to save me so much time. So it's great. It really is an awesome tool. And it's saved my sanity, because you wake up sometimes late and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't post a motivational Monday type of thing, or
like
a morning motivation thing. Right.
Yeah.
So I just saved 21 for my 21 day fix group, 21 morning motivation. And every day at 6 a.m., they got a picture with a motivational quote, and it said morning motivation. 1 o'clock, they got a recipe of the day. 6 o'clock, they got an article from Team Beachbody. The next day, it was something like that. So we have less than 1 minute. So
Yeah. All right, guys, we got to wrap it up. We're running out of time. But Christina, again, thank you very much for.
You're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully, you got something out of it, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen. If you have any questions, please message me. I'm more than happy to help, off the call as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.